Still think they only come from above? Think again. Because now, videos of extraterrestrial crafts emerging from the most unexpected places are going viral. From entering hidden caves to breaching out of the oceans, and even watching silently from the tree line. So join us to watch the most unbelievable UFO sightings before one of them decides to come out of your backyard. Fishermen somewhere in the Gulf of Mexico were out on their routine fish-catching business when they had the most unexpected encounter. It was on December 25th, 2016, when they spotted what can only be described as a UFO that was being chased by 2 fighter jets and a helicopter. With no cover around, the UFO, in an act of desperate evasive maneuver, plunged immediately into the water completely. The jets and a helicopter were flying around the area for several minutes. One of the crewmen managed to film the video and anonymously shared it online. Run in encounter. This leaked classified footage remains one of the most unusual UFO encounters ever recorded. On the early morning of September 1st, 2025, a U.S. military Black Hawk helicopter was passing near Lake Mead when an unidentified flying object appeared out of nowhere. It never showed up on radar and was only spotted while it started flying parallel to the heli.
366 Lewis P at 41.
After an encounter that lasted only a few seconds, the unidentified saucer took almost a sharp U-turn backwards and flew away. This clip not only shows how often UFO encounters are made, and can be dodged as well. Underwater appearance. Despite modern technological advances, roughly 80% of the world's oceans remain unexplored. In November 2024, a shocking leaked video began circulating online, showing what appeared to be a UFO rising from the ocean depths. The object emerged dangerously close to a squad of Navy Special Forces, narrowly avoiding collisions and tossing some personnel overboard. The leak fueled speculation that governments have long withheld such information to prevent public panic. Others suggest the secrecy could be linked to military or national security concerns, especially if the discovery involves technology or knowledge far beyond current human capabilities. Beaching sphere. During the lockdown in March 2020, a lone visitor at Malibu Beach, California, spotted a massive silver sphere emerging from the distance and slowly moving closer to the shore. This one looked quite similar to the previous cases of such silver-colored sphere sightings that were made. This proves that this is no ordinary ball or sphere, rather a kind of odd craft which can fly, move on water, and possibly even on land. The exact nature of this is not known to date, as it has not done anything out of the ordinary. Hovering orbs. At first, most people mistook them for part of the tower's antenna until they started to move. On October 1st, 2025, pedestrians in downtown St. Petersburg, Russia, witnessed 3 large black orbs descending onto a communications tower above a 3-star hotel. Arranged in a perfect triangular pattern, the orbs hovered silently for several minutes, as if preparing to execute something extraordinary, perhaps even open a portal. But instead, they suddenly shifted, breaking formation and drifting toward each other just moments before the footage abruptly ended. Saucer in mountains. During a family outing in the Rocky Mountains, Colorado, on January 18, 2023, a man spotted an unusual object in the sky. A flying saucer, clearly defined in shape, drifted slowly above them. Its flat circular form was sharp and thin. A dim light pulsed beneath it, as if searching for a landing spot. The slender shape and deliberate movement differed from typical UFOs, suggesting it might have a specific mission, perhaps scanning the area, employing advanced technology to uncover hidden secrets, or simply passing by, unnoticed by most, leaving no evidence behind. Weird flying object. A tourist who was visiting the Great Sphinx of Giza on February 17, 2024. He noticed a very weird object that was hovering over the ancient Sphinx. Unlike the typical saucer-shaped UFO, this one was very oddly shaped and was spinning around at a slow but visible pace. According to the tourist, it looked like this object was up to something, as it was much too small to fit a human-sized person in it. This also sparks another possibility that this could have been a drone could be spectating or surveilling the area, either by the extraterrestrials, if not the security. Cave resident. While exploring a remote area just outside Dulce, New Mexico, a researcher came across a flat stretch of land beside rugged terrain, where he made a bizarre, up-close discovery. It was that of a low-flying UFO that was entering an isolated cave with a large opening. The low-flying saucer seemed to be landing there, as if it were a garage, seemingly for quite a while. Not being sure if it would be a good idea, he decided not to go in there following the UFO, despite the repeated requests of many viewers later, rather just filmed the entire encounter and later shared it online. Hovering on the beach.
Yeah, what the f*** is that? Holy f***.
In this footage, a luminous object can be seen hovering low over the ocean, and here's what's truly bizarre. Its reflection is clearly visible rippling across the water's surface. The object drifts slowly and deliberately, as though it's surveying or scanning something beneath the waves. Viewers online are divided. Some insist it's an edited hoax, while others claim it's undeniable proof of something unearthly. Yet that reflection, perfectly aligned with every movement, makes it difficult to doubt. Whatever this glowing craft may be, it's the kind of sight that leaves you speechless, staring in quiet disbelief. Sky encounter. While flying over Nevada on July 31st, passengers aboard Alaska Flight AS-479 were treated to an astonishing sight. One of them began recording as a metallic object appeared near the clouds, roughly 30,000 feet above ground. Unlike any conventional aircraft, it resembled a sleek silver saucer, reflecting sunlight as it hovered briefly before drifting away.
Oh my god, did you see that?
Like previous cases, this one too managed to dodge the radars. The footage quickly went viral online, sparking widespread curiosity and debate about what mysterious craft had flown so close to the commercial flight that day. Windowside sighting. Flying peacefully over Tampa in January 2025, a passenger was jolted when he noticed another aircraft very close to his window. With a couple of seconds, he noticed that it looked more like a flying saucer. That, despite the high-speed movement of the commercial airliner, not only able to match speed, but remain very close to the plane. Staring at it closely, not in any mood to give up chasing it. The passenger was obviously spooked out, but the flight ended without incident. Unidentified crashing.
Alyssa Azara in Pembroke, where a woman says she was enjoying the pool Wednesday night when she saw a strangely shaped and unfamiliar object falling from the sky just over there.
On June 27, 2025, in Pembroke, Massachusetts, a woman named Colleen McCormick captured footage of a strange object falling from the sky near her home. She later shared the video online, where it quickly went viral across social media. While relaxing by her pool, Colleen noticed the object descending rapidly, engulfed in flames yet completely silent.
Then I look up here to the sky, I see something falling down, so I pulled out my phone and I zoomed in and it was right about there.
Its shape unlike anything familiar. Expecting a crash, she ran to the front of her house to see where it landed, but there was nothing. The object had disappeared without a sound, leaving behind no smoke, no wreckage, and no logical explanation. Ridge line cover.
Look, but it looks like a UFO. What the f is that? Holy shit.
In September 2020, a group of hikers deep in the Alaskan mountains encountered something beyond belief. A massive flying saucer hovering silently above them. The mysterious craft glided effortlessly through the misty air, showing no sign of sound or propulsion as the astonished hikers recorded the moment.
I don't want to say what that looks like, but it looks like a UFO.
Just as the camera tried to focus on it, the footage abruptly cut off, adding to the mystery. When the video surfaced online, it sparked intense curiosity and debate among viewers who were convinced it captured something extraordinary. To this day, no one knows what those hikers truly witnessed in the remote Alaskan wilderness. Tree line cover. On October 3rd, 2024, in Montana's Gallatin National Forest, a local walking his dog witnessed something extraordinary. A metallic saucer gliding silently across the forest floor. Its classic disc shape, topped with a reflective dome, seemed lifted straight from vintage UFO accounts. The craft moved deliberately, almost as if scanning the ground for something lost, perhaps part of a broader search operation. After several tense moments, it altered its course toward the trees and smoothly ascended into the sky, leaving observers stunned. Whatever it had been seeking, its mission appeared complete, vanishing into the vast Montana wilderness. UFO Command Center. To this point, this one has to be the biggest UFO yet, which is just as concerning as it is fascinating to see. A hiking party in California recorded the sighting, dated January 6, 2023, of a gigantic UFO they spotted. They believe this to be the command center of a great number of UFOs. However, if this is the case, it is quite alarming as it could raise some serious, full-scale invasion possibilities. Pilot's encounter. A Colombian pilot captured what many are calling one of the most convincing UFO sightings in recent years. While flying high above the clouds, he spotted a mysterious craft moving gracefully through the open sky. It didn't flicker or zigzag like typical aircraft. Instead, it glided in an unnervingly smooth, deliberate motion. The pilot recorded the encounter, and the object's distinct shape stood out sharply against the bright horizon. When the footage surfaced online, it quickly drew massive attention, with viewers replaying every moment, struggling to explain what this strange, otherworldly object could be. UFO beside car.
¿Qué mierda es eso?
While driving through the streets of Buenos Aires, a couple accidentally filmed something extraordinary. The woman in the passenger seat was casually recording the scenery when, out of nowhere, a massive metallic craft appeared beside their car. This wasn't a trick of light or reflection. It had visible panels, unusual markings, and dark vents running along its body.
Mira. Ariel, mira eso.
The mysterious object moved smoothly and silently, keeping pace with their vehicle as if observing them. Once shared online, the footage spread rapidly, with many viewers calling it one of the most convincing and detailed UFO encounters ever recorded. Sneaking in canyon. On April 5th, 2021, in Arizona's rugged canyons, a lone hiker encountered something extraordinary, a flying saucer hovering silently, gliding from one section of the canyon to another, as if on a deliberate patrol. Capturing the entire event on camera, the hiker watched in awe as the mysterious craft eventually vanished from sight. Once the footage surfaced, it sparked a wave of theories online, with many speculating that the sighting revealed a hidden alien base nestled within the ancient cliffs. Could it be that Earth's secluded corners conceal far more than just natural wonders? UFO orbs. This is another close aerial encounter which caused a huge concern among the masses. An incident occurred on July 19, 2025 in Florence, Italy, where around 3 unidentified flying objects appeared, hovering and moving all around in the sky just above the city. As a response, a military chopper arrived on the scene and looked to be keeping a close eye on these UFO orbs. The 2 of these unknown objects seem to be in some kind of formation, keeping guard of the one in the middle. The very presence of these military choppers shows how unexpected this sighting was. Mothership. Around midnight on November 10th, 2020, in the city of Chicago, a sighting of a very large craft was made. The mysterious object descended from the cloudy sky and was hovering in the open, almost as if it were up to something and didn't mind being seen. Given by the size, saucer shape, and mysterious nature, it looked quite like a UFO mothership, although no additional crafts or pods were seen at that time arriving or leaving it, though it did raise a concern until it eventually disappeared. Mysterious sphere. A family in the remote region of Villa de Leyva, Colombia, witnessed this mysterious sphere flying close to the ground. It had no wings or visible propulsion system, which would explain how it remained in the air, let alone could descend or ascend flawlessly upon choosing.
¿Qué carajos?
At one point, it nearly landed on their property by the grassy area before getting back up and going away. As weird as it is to think about how it was airborne, the size of this was big enough for it to be an actual manned aircraft. Hawaiian sighting. In Hawaii, a local noticed something unusual hovering near the lush green mountain peaks. At first, it appeared to be a small white drone, but when he zoomed in with his camera, the object looked like a large, old-fashioned ashtray floating silently in the air. He was baffled by how something so bulky could remain suspended so effortlessly. The object then glided smoothly into the dense mountains, convincing him he had witnessed a genuine UFO. News of the sighting spread quickly, and soon the valley gained a reputation as a mysterious hotspot, attracting attention far beyond its scenic beauty. Fleet of UFOs. A passenger flying on an unspecified airliner high above the skies of Roswell, New Mexico, spotted several dozen UFOs. The fleet of these unidentified flying objects was flying in together in a formation not too far from the plane, almost as if they were heading for a strike mission, if not a full-scale invasion. The passenger was stunned as more and more UFOs kept appearing, and no matter how fast he counted, the numbers seemed endless. Especially with the terrifying possibility of them turning around to take down the airliner. Cover blown. Villagers in Puebla, Mexico, were busy attending to their daily affairs on the morning of the 8th of September, 2025, when they noticed this.
Pero, hasta allá, pues deben ser buenos kilómetros. Sí.
Uphill, just below a thin cover of vegetation, a large craft was seen hidden carefully, only to have its glowing lights give up its cover. From the rounded shape that could only be compared to a UFO, it was clear that this one was one of them, hidden in plain sight. Now it looks like they did manage to make a cover to remain hidden long enough until they made the mistake of accidentally turning on and leaving their lights on. Mexico encounter. Just this past September in Zitácuaro, Michoacán, Mexico, A man driving home after work saw something incredible. A UFO gliding through the sky toward a hidden destination. Instead of stopping, he chased it down, recording every moment. The footage showed the object descending slowly, almost as if it too was heading home, disappearing behind the trees. Theories took off online, with many convinced it was bound for a secret base hidden in the forests. Station orb phenomena. At an otherwise busy railway station, a passenger waiting for his train witnessed a startling phenomenon. A large, glowing orb, crackling like electricity, hovered just above the tracks. Its bright blue light pulsed as sparks streaked outward, moving slowly and deliberately across the platform. Unlike anything ordinary, the mysterious sphere drifted toward the nearby woods before vanishing from view. Observers were left wondering, was it a magical guardian protecting a hidden secret, or some enigmatic force guiding something concealed deep within the forest? The fleeting encounter left an unsettling impression, blending awe with the unexplained. Separating pod. Citizens passing through the Wadi Rum, Jordan on December 25, 2024, high above the sky. An unusual activity and sighting was made. There was a long, tic-tac-toe-shaped object that was suspended in the sky vertically. It made exactly no visible movements until suddenly an escape pod was seen separating from it before flying away. This almost made it seem like the entirety of this object was composed of several pods attached to look like a single, large, intimidating unit. It is unclear if these were some kind of advanced drone system or UFOs in play. UFO arrival. A resident living in an apartment complex spotted something peculiar above and decided to keep watching. Moments later, a glowing light formed in the sky, followed by a sudden power flicker throughout the building. As it happened, a circular gap appeared among the clouds, and from within it, a UFO slowly emerged. The object hovered silently for a few moments, as if scanning the surroundings, before turning back toward the same opening and vanishing inside. Witnesses speculated it might have accidentally arrived on Earth, perhaps a misstep in an interplanetary journey or a teleportation gone wrong. The silent visitor. For years, UFO sightings have fascinated the world, yet this latest event left onlookers speechless. Only days ago, a massive circular craft appeared, floating motionless and utterly silent in the sky. No hum, no turbulence, just an unsettling calm. Witnesses stood frozen, sensing it wasn't anything ordinary. Some skeptics brushed it off as a drifting balloon, but a closer zoom shattered that idea, revealing details far too intricate to explain away. Whatever it was, it radiated a strange, almost intelligent presence, leaving everyone wondering if this was a mere coincidence or proof we're not alone after all. Giant silver orb. While on a road trip from Acapulco to Monterrey City, Mexico on August 3, 2025, a family witnessed an enormous silver spherical object hovering in the sky. The object remained suspended for the entire duration of the video, making it impossible to determine its nature, whether a UFO or an unexplained phenomenon. With clouds covering the mountainous terrain, it was difficult to tell if the massive craft was floating in the sky or resting on the ground, leaving the family both astonished and baffled by the mysterious presence overhead. UFO and UAP sightings.
Not coming in clear enough.
Recently, an ongoing football match in northwest London was interrupted when an eye-catching, bizarre sighting was made in the sky. It included a saucer-shaped object high in the sky with green lights. Just below this UFO, a kind of weird phenomenon seemed to be on display that was moving along with the UFO craft, almost as if it were presenting it.
Could you see with the camera? What is it?
Both were moving erratically in the night sky, prompting excited reactions from onlookers who lost focus on the match. Unknown jelly object. Up in the sky of Baghdad, Iraq, an appearance of an unknown jellyfish-shaped object appeared in November 2024 that immediately caught the attention of soldiers. It was casually passing through a neighborhood. Its manner of movement and flight made it look like it was some kind of a drone, if not an aircraft. A gunship that was flying nearby also sighted this unknown object, but decided to track and trace where it would lead them instead of engaging or taking it down. After nearly hours of pursuit, it managed to disappear from both visuals on the ground and radar as well. Mysterious anomaly.
Ai meu Deus, tem todo mundo assustado.
This clip was taken in São Tomé das Letras, Brazil, on December 27, 2024, where a local noticed a very unrecognizable anomaly or object that appeared close to the ground. It had a weird nature to it, with spiky protrusions all around. For reasons unknown, it continued to close and descend on the city's power cable tower. It made very little movement around the area despite remaining suspended in the sky. The eerie feeling among bystanders was that it might be attempting to sabotage the city's entire power grid as part of a larger, more sinister plan. Barcelona UAP sightings.
¿Qué son estas cosas, tronco?
A tenant who was smoking on the rooftop of an apartment building in Barcelona noticed not one, but several glowing dots in the sky. This happened on August 4th, 2025, where dozens of glowing entities spread widely around the sky that had a sound but was very different from usual planes, jets, or helicopters. These looked nothing like a UFO, although that soon became the widespread notion of explanation for this sighting. Even though the objects appeared to be merely passing by, they left viewers with an uneasy sense that something ominous was about to happen. Cloud intruder. While casually filming the night sky, a man accidentally captured something extraordinary. From behind the clouds, a gigantic craft emerged, its structure alien in design, glowing from a bright core that pulsed like a burner. It hovered in silence, drifting slowly as if scanning the area, then vanished back into the clouds as quickly as it appeared. When the footage surfaced online, it sent social media into a frenzy. Some argued it must be a low-orbit satellite, but others dismissed that idea immediately, since when do satellites move like that? Whatever it was, it didn't resemble any known human technology. Low-flying UFO. In Camden, New Jersey, during the 2020 lockdown, a huge black UFO was spotted just hanging out in the sky. It was up there with this weird calm, almost like it owned the place. From its very slim structure, soundless and remaining completely stationary, almost dodged getting noticed for a while. A private property owner who managed to notice and film shared that it almost looked like these UFOs were taking advantage of the emptiness of lockdown. Was it planning to land, or if it was spying remains unclear. Airborne cephalopod. A few years ago, rumors began swirling across Poland about a bizarre, jellyfish-shaped object drifting through the sky. It all happened during the lockdowns, when people were stuck indoors and unable to confirm what they'd heard. Most brushed it off as another far-fetched tale, until 2 years later, when a video surfaced showing the same strange form floating above a quiet Polish neighborhood. That clip reignited the mystery. Some insist it's an alien craft. After all, not every UFO has to be a flying saucer, while others claim it's a classified military experiment. So, what's your guess? Something natural or not? Watching from clouds. A homeowner in Asunción, Paraguay, was enjoying a cup of his morning coffee in the backyard of his private residence when he noticed something off in the sky. The incident dates to July 29, 2025, when, up in the clouds, something that looks more like a figure was standing. Even though this looked like a figure, it would only make sense that it was something like an aerial craft that was designed in such a manner, just as the fictional Iron Man suit from the Marvel Universe. Since there was no movement or any zooming in to get a closer look, nothing can be said for certain. Flying car? In Mexico, an unusual sight captured everyone's attention. A car seemingly flying through the sky during a strong gust of wind before a nighttime storm. The bizarre footage, filmed on July 31st, 2024, quickly spread across social media, leaving viewers both amazed and amused. Many joked that it looked like a scene straight out of Harry Potter, with aliens taking over Ron and Harry's flying car after missing their train to Hogwarts. Whether it was a trick of the storm or something stranger, the image of a car soaring like a UFO became one of the year's most talked about mysteries. Night sky objects.
Vật thể bay không xác định.
On June 11, 2025, in Vietnam, a passerby returning home from his shift spotted a large, dark object hovering silently in the night sky. It looked very much like a ship from the Star Wars that was hovering in the sky. Now, this UFO wasn't the only one there, rather had another similar, but smaller one next to it. These UFOs moved steadily above the horizon before fading into the distance.
Vật thể bay không xác định.
Despite the citywide scale of exposure, the government and mainstream media remained silent, leaving bystanders and viewers online speculating theories. Unusual aerial gathering. Near Melissa City, a remarkable sighting captured 6 unidentified aerial crafts moving in coordinated, unusual patterns that defied typical flight behavior on December 8, 2022. Unlike stars, these objects display deliberate maneuvers, suggesting highly advanced technology. Witnesses observed from a distance, feeling a mix of awe and fear as the rare multiple craft formation unfolded, prompting speculation about a possible extraterrestrial operation or gathering and raising profound questions about the origin and purpose of these mysterious crafts. Mysterious lighted object. A couple in Santiago, Chile, who were just about to head out for a walk when they took notice of this. Just below the cloudy night sky were a series of unidentified aerial objects that were glowing. Initial thoughts were that this could be a UFO, until the random structure of light seemed like a case otherwise. With nothing having followed or gotten dramatic, it did not grab as much attention. Aerial pointing laser. While out for a nighttime walk, a man noticed a strange sight above him, a sharply focused blue laser shooting down from the sky. Far too precise to be random. He looked around, but saw no drones, planes, or helicopters. Just that beam cutting through the darkness. It moved deliberately, as though scanning the ground for something. Many online speculated that the laser was being emitted from a cloaked UFO hidden within the clouds, possibly observing or mapping the area below. Whatever was up there, it gave off an eerie sense of controlled intelligence, something watching from above. Stealthy sky descent. Triangular UFOs are exceptionally rare, yet one was captured on video by a passenger during a 2014 flight. The recording shows the object slowly descending toward the ground, prompting speculation that it was preparing to land for reasons unknown. Throughout its descent, the craft remained steady and perfectly controlled, implying the use of advanced technology for precise maneuvering. Unlike any conventional aircraft, it produced no sound and emitted no exhaust, suggesting a mysterious or unfamiliar power source. Its silent, fluid movement hints at reconnaissance or exploration, offering viewers a rare glimpse of technology that surpasses anything humanity currently possesses. Triangled propulsion object. Speaking of human-engineered UFO technology, this one gives off the strongest possible energy. A farmer deep in rural Latin America witnessed a massive triangular craft suddenly lift off from the ground before vanishing at what seemed like supersonic speed. The shape of the craft and the visible propulsion system powering its ascent made it clear this wasn't ordinary machinery. Still, no one can say for sure who built or operated it. It appears man-made, yet the design feels so advanced it could easily be an alien-inspired innovation. Instead, the video has definitely reached its end. I will see you again with another WOW video. Until then, you can check these other videos out for a WOW dose of entertainment and knowledge.